Whoa! All right. We back with a Jubilee. Now, the Jubilees on this channel do fairly well. This is one that we've never reacted to. You know, normally we'll watch the Jubilees that'll be like the odd man out, the odd girl out, odd couple. You know, there's 7. Y'all get it, right? This one right here is if white men were 100% honest. They're all wearing masks. Y'all are going to see in a bit. But this is going to be a really deep conversation. I already feel it. So y'all get ready. Get y'all seatbelts strapped. And, yeah. You are now tuned in to JB and the Fam official plug channel.
Change it up, I had to show them I was with it. I'm a youngin', not them changing. I'm just thankful that I did it. They done locked me in the cell and tried to hold me from the riches, yeah. Tried to hold me from the riches. See my time to go, see my time to fly. Yeah, they call me youngin', I just wonder why. Bitches wanna fuck and I just wonder why. See my time be coming.
All right, man. If white men were 100% honest, no filter, no hiding behind the white privilege, just being 100% honest. Here we go.
Together 7 strangers, protected their identities, and created a space for them to
Gotta protect that.
honest.
They
What
can't
will
be too
revealed
honest.
when they take
They
the
don't give
mask
away
off?
all the secrets.
Everyone is racist, including me.
Wow. Heard that.
Like, nobody wants to think of themselves as racist, and I don't think that I'm racist in the way that I think we think about racism, but I think I
Come
take
on, Jackson. Come on, Jack.
inherent biases that everybody has, and I think most of the time, most people are not aware of this.
It's weird. I think there's like this new generational divide of like, you are a racist or you said a racist thing. And I don't know where the line is. You might.
Austin. What? What? Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Why was that in your head? Now, I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying. I'm not closed off. Just like how it still happens, but in Call of Duty, okay, you will hear some white boys say the most gruesome things about minorities, okay? The most gruesome things, okay? Do they really mean it? Or is it just because that's an insult and that's a innuendo that they know is going to pierce minorities, black people, Mexican, you know? I see what he's saying, but come on, dog. Where'd you get it from? Most likely, a racist person.
Might say something a little racist or something you don't see as racist, someone calls you out and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, apologize.
Man, I
and
don't
if
wanna
you
hear
argue
that.
that point against them, then I would say you're a racist. But if you understand, you come to understanding, you learn, everyone should be able to forgive that person and be like, no, you made a mistake. People make mistakes. I don't know, I feel like it's a binary now.
I think a really important thing that kind of is tough with cancel culture right now is that road to redemption. And so after you've said something wrong, you know, how do you make yourself right again in the public sphere?
All right. And this is a really deep concept I want you guys to think about real fast, okay? White people do not have freedom of speech. They don't. They don't. A black man could say they don't like white girls. Why? Because I want to stay black. I want to keep it black. I want to keep it in the family, right? Nobody's going to bat an eye towards that, right? But if a white man says, I don't like black women. Why? What? What? I want to keep it in the family. Wow, you're racist, G. You're racist. You are racist. But y'all got to see why white people do not have freedom of speech. Okay? And it goes deeper than that, but that was just a surface level example. They own everything. Who cares? Do y'all see the billionaires walking around here? You would never know that they are a billionaire or a multi-millionaire. Why? Because they still shop at Payless and Walmart and Skechers. They understand that the same price that it took for Nike to manufacture their clothes is the same price that they can get knockoffs from Payless, Goodwill, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, the Dollar General, the Dollar Store. They know these things. It's all coming from the same place. China, India, Singapore, Pakistan, Iran. It costs cents to make Jordans. Y'all realize that? And they own it all. They own it. Y'all, they own it. So what would you much rather have? Would you much rather have the freedom to just talk and say whatever the hell you want and do all these riots and all this other stupid ass shit that really holds no weight, okay? And I'm saying this, and yes, it is Black History Month, but I say Black Future Month, okay? It is February 2nd right now, and I'm saying this. Yes, I am. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Okay, cool. Or would you much rather be able to not say much at all, but your family is straight for your family is more than straight for generations and generations and generations to come? Because you own whatever you put your hands on. You own it. Ownership. I forgot what artist, but it might have been J. Cole, J.I.D., Joey Badass, one of the two. But ownership is how we got to own the ship. So let's get off the ship. Okay? Let's get off the ship and start building our own shit. So I am taking the second one. Give a fuck what y'all talking about. I'm taking the second one.
Personally, I feel like I don't see that a lot with cancel culture. Is if someone makes amends,
and cancel culture is fake.
Wrong, but you're okay now, or at least better.
I think social media kind of incentivizes against redemption, and I feel like it's just outrage. I do think people
I agree.
do like the rush
Against cancel culture.
I don't think
It
people
does.
really believe in redemption anymore.
Wrong.
I guess, just kind of disagree with
Yeah, me too.
the idea of racism as a binary. It kind of goes back to that like really old meme where like Skipper says like, we did it, Mrs. Obama, racism is over. The idea of a redemption is just like, all right, they've fixed their racism in the sense that.
And I'm going to say this. The fact that people believe and think that Barack Obama was the first black president in America is insane. It's literally insane. It's literally insane. Watch this. Y'all don't believe me? Show y'all. Look what it says. Finally, the truth is starting to come out. The real truth is starting to come out. But, I mean, Barack. Come on now. Like, let's open our eyes, people, you know?
Like, I think the redemption that our society is calling for is impossible. It's almost like you need to like write a check every time you make a racism, and like that will absolve you of your thing, where I think like what we should be doing is like the idea of growth towards a better understanding.
I have struggled with my sexuality.
Okay. That's an interesting one.
I felt an attraction to men really young, and I didn't connect to gay culture at all. And I was like, I'm either straight or gay. It can't be another one.
Yeah,
I very consciously put myself in the closet, and I didn't feel confidence to like be my own person. Obviously in high school, and slowly but surely, I started to come out to more.
Identity crisis is a real thing, y'all.
My experience and stuff, but people come out of the closet. That's one thing. That's the second step. The first step is like really kind of like acknowledging it and like loving yourself, and that was the hardest part for me. I'm pretty good now. I'm happy and bi.
Now, very comfortable with my sexuality, and
He said happy and bi. Y'all let me know in the comments. What I'm about to say is ignorant, but this is how most of people sound. Okay? Can men actually be bisexual? Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. Can men actually be bisexual? Can you actually like men and like women sexually? We know it is a double standard. Yes, there is nothing you can do about it. Yes, it is. But can that actually be a thing? Y'all let me know.
You know, I know it's a spectrum, but I think I'm, for the most part, straight. I struggled with depression for a long time, and I think one of the side effects of that for me was I fell into an eating disorder, and I got really skinny, and because I was struggling with an eating disorder, it made me, for some reason, question my sexuality. And I understand how messed up that is now. I started to ask myself, why did you associate that one with the other? And I think it was because it's just not largely talked about with straight men, that people, we can still struggle with mental health and eating disorder.
I have a very core memory, somebody might say, of me walking in to my house after the first day of...
Is this low, y'all?
I was like, hey mom, I think I have a crush on my friend. And my mom kind of laughed and she's like, oh, boys don't have crushes on boys. And I was like, cool, got it, awesome.
Yep, that's how you nip it in the bud though. W mom. That is how you nip it in the bud, okay? Because my mama told me, women don't fart. Women don't pass gas. Girls don't pass gas. And guess what, y'all? And y'all may be laughing. Y'all may think I'm bullshitting. I believed her for a long, long majority of my life. I believed her. And when I heard a girl fart and shit, my heart was crushed. I'm not exaggerating. I'm being so real with y'all. It's so funny saying it out loud.
With like the idea that if I have a crush on a man, that's not inherently disgusting, because what's more disgusting than a man wanting you? Or like you said, like connecting to the gay community, unless you fit like, it seems the tiniest of boxes is really hard. And even now, like I went out last night and I had somebody that I kind of like caught my eye, but I had no idea how to approach that. It's like everybody else got like
damn
a manual and like 17 easy steps to not have social anxiety when in the club. And I'm just like, I guess
17.
that day, I didn't get that class. I didn't sign up for it on LinkedIn. Sorry, I'm using humor to cover it up.
I went up to a guy and said, "You're so handsome," and I was like, "Oh my God, that sounds like I'm an old woman." You know, they're like, "You're so handsome."
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, but then what do you say?
Yeah.
Because like, do I not?
You
think
talk.
I'm handsome? I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
You
confused
talk.
by consent before?
Confused by consent.
There have been instances where, you know, in terms of friends, relationships, whatever, I can go too far because I misinterpreted consent, and just because people seem comfortable with something, you kind of go along with it.
Yeah, I think the reason I said yes.
That's a big
was
point.
Just thinking very specifically about a situations where both of us have been really drunk or something.
And that is why, especially my fellas out there, do your best to not get with chicks who are belligerently drunk, who are disgustingly drunk. Do your best to not. If she's drinking a little bit, you know, she might be on her level, in her element, you know. I would say either don't drink at all. I mean, it depends on you. If your energy, like, I don't need, I'm just talking about me for example, real fast. I don't need to drink, smoke, nothing to be energetic, to feel like I'm on a high, to feel, you know, get on my level. But I am me anywhere I go. If I got Just Be Simple on, a white tee on, some Louis Vuitton, it don't matter what I got on, I am who I am. And a lot of y'all have to find that and search for that. But I'm saying, if she's drinking, know who you are, and if you want to get with her, like, you know what I'm saying, at least take a... And that's why a lot of chicks want you to drink with them. Like, oh, I'm 3 shots up. I'm 3 all drink. Take a shot with me. Take a shot because they don't want to be the only one that's like on that level and you over here. You see what I'm saying? That's why they call it liquid courage because it makes you be out of your body. In less words, you out your body.
Something like that, where it's like, it's not one person's sober and the other person's drunk, and the drunk person's saying yes. But if you're both drunk and both consenting and into it in the moment, and then the next day, like I've had like a night.
Oh, that's tough too.
Is
Yeah.
anybody in the wrong here? You know, and so that's kind of what I thought of when I heard. I've been confused about. It's not.
I'm not even making that assumption to be even had.
Jack, that situation is pretty scary because you interpret it one way, and if someone was hurt and you didn't mean to do that, and you didn't take the precautions for that, you're still at fault, and that sucks. And I'm not saying that's your situation.
Yeah.
That's the kind of world we live in, where we can really get in trouble sometimes, even when we don't mean to hurt others. It sucks.
Yeah,
Especially as men.
Consent is.
Especially as men, bro. We don't have no cushion, bro. Especially when it comes to women, we don't have no cushion. What are the things that is going to almost like blackball and blacklist a man? Being a child molester, a pedophile, or a sex offender. And yes, those could be with, little boy or boys too, but 2 out of 3 of those are with women. We have no cushion with that. Once people view you a certain way, especially in the public's eye, wow. And don't let it be true. And don't let you be black.
It's not always just like this guy being like, oh, come on. Like, there's such a finer line. There's so many gray areas that it's really important to have those conversations because, yeah, there can be so many different scenarios that are still non-consensual. So,
Women have more power than me.
It depends what we're talking about here in the system.
Yeah, I definitely don't think women have more power. And I think some people might think that just because there's some growing relative power that some men might not be used to. Now that women are kind of getting closer to being equal,
wanna go by.
some people that might feel like they're getting more power and they might be more powerful. And so I can understand why someone might perceive that as relative, but absolutely don't agree that women have more power. I think we're getting closer to equality at this point, and we're still working in progress.
I don't know. It's like a yes and no question. I was harassed by a superior who was a woman at a previous job.
She was masculine. She was damn near a man.
I reported it to my boss, who was a white male, and he just laughed it off.
Yep.
And said,
I'm about to say.
Buttercup.
Yep.
When women are harassed, I think if I was a woman and I reported harassment, especially right now with Me Too and everything, CEO would see a huge red flag, a huge possible controversy.
And they would do everything in their power to cover up that situation and get it dealt with ASAP.
I know there's definitely, ways when that isn't true, but for me it was just like, we don't care.
I'm gonna tell you where gaslighting came from. Y'all know what gaslighting is, right? Gaslighting is when you portray a circumstance or scenario onto somebody that is really something that you feel within, deep down. Gaslighting came from women. It did. Mothers, grandmothers, aunts. It came from them. Systematically. And then over time, guess what? There is literally, to this day, I'm pretty sure it's a 45% father absence rate in families. 45%. That's almost 50%, bro. That's a really, 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 really high F in this case, And we get raised by a lot of women, okay? And we start to pick up on their traits, because a lot of men and young boys don't realize that whenever women are mad, upset, disappointed, they are going to say things to purposely hurt you that they don't mean. But to men, who does that? That's how we're thinking, because we are logical. Whenever we say something, we mean it. We meant that shit. We meant that. So to us, it's like, who does that? So then we get into these relationships in high school, college, at the job, you know, meet chicks on Tinder, at the club, whatever, and we start doing the same things that our mothers and our female figures in our life have shown us. So who's at fault?
You're a man. Toughen up. I don't give a shit. Like, she's a woman.
Yeah.
She can't harass you. And
that is, yeah, it's a double standard. It is.
Really hard.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I was really scared, and like, if I didn't have some, you know, good women in my life and some good people, I wouldn't have taken action. I would have just toughened up, and I would have let it kill me inside.
Sorry that happened.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I'm not here to be the macho man police, but do you have... These conversations are needed. They are. Do you have two nuts, man? Do you have heart, integrity? Hey, back up. Back up. Even if you sound, hey, back up. Hey, back up. Have y'all ever, to all my fellas out there, have y'all ever talked to a dog? Hey, sit down. Hey, stop that. What do? They listen. They conform. So I'm saying, and I'm not correlating women to dogs, but I'm saying the masculine energy that we have, the testosterone, women having more. Hey, stop, sit down. Hey, I'm not with that. You let it know. You let it be known on Front Street. No, I don't tolerate that. All that cursing, all that screaming, that play fighting. I don't play that. So if that's what you like, if that's what you do, I'm out. Play with the next nigga. It's not me. You see what I'm saying?
I've had fantasies.
That's insane to say. What the
Oh, okay. So I said yes because like I can't think of a specific time, but like believe I have at one point. It's more like role playing under very strict guidelines. And with
I'm not talking about nothing about this.
Stop if I ever get too uncomfortable. In terms of like fantasizing about actually doing the very illegal and immoral act, no. But I think, you know, like role playing or even like the fiction you read.
Stop watching porn, fellas.
To a certain extent, as long as it's ethically made. Porn, like it's exploring that healthily, I think is valid.
Yeah, all right, bro.
Something that I think I have done in the past.
All right, bro.
I kind of agree with that. I explore it in porn, but like personally, no. Like it freaks me out.
Wait, you explore? Wait,
You know,
so
I
these
do
dudes
have,
do?
like this kind of feel of wanting to be.
I'm not talking about none of this, y'all.
A man, you know, or a woman. That's more in porn than like in real life. I feel like I'd be freaked out in real life if that happened. But
So in this situation where you're doing this, like with your partner that you stated, are you the person that is receiving this idea of
You're saying, am I playing the role of the
victim?
assailant or the victim?
The victim.
Yeah, the role I am playing would be that of the assailant.
Duh. Duh, right?
And
Duh.
the partner would be the victim. Due to like social anxiety and like just a lot of things that keep me like a more like docile and submissive person, I like exploring a more dominant side via power dynamics. in a safe environment, obviously.
I ain't saying
When
nothing
you're
about this, y'all.
assaulted, like sexually assaulted, you don't have a choice in the matter. But when you are role playing it, you can say, you know, like a safe word, and that you have the control. But when it's robbed from that control's robbed from you, it, you know, it messes with you. I think that's the distinction with the role play.
I feel like we kind of have a misunderstanding here. I at least think that it's really insensitive, at least, to be doing these role plays because you will never be able to feel what these people feel, and like it kind of it's off shifting to me.
I see you flex, man.
You know,
I understand that, and like I said, it is something like obvious. I've never experienced it, and so my fantasy.
You're just
kind of
playing with fire. You're just playing with fire.
And I think that's why I'd like to explore it in a healthy way to figure out like why exactly I feel.
How is that healthy?
And I understand
that's the same token as saying that, yeah, you know, I eat McTrash 3 times a week. And I think, you know, having that balance of, you know, eating fake foods is, you know, a really healthy. No. Stop justifying your psychotic ways. No. McTrash is fake food. Cane's, Chick-fil-A, Burger Trash, McTrash, KFC, Popeyes. Just stop eating it. If you want to live a better and healthier lifestyle, stop eating it. But do what you want to do.
From the outset, and even like as I explained it, it has the potential to sound like incredibly like jarring and shitty.
The way you're explaining it, though, like that's why I'm asking you questions, because I can instantly assume that you're a person. But now that I see the way you spoke to me, and you know, you obviously have some feelings about it that you've thought to yourself over time. So, like, I just want to
I appreciate that.
But and I think that the way we handled it is kind of a good way to communicate with others and understand issues.
Like I appreciate the way you ask the questions and stuff like that.
Thank you.
I have been abused.
Uh-oh. I mean, like everything? Like sexually?
Yeah, I mean, I've been. I've been going through it. You go through it.
No, I think I've just been abused.
Sexually, emotionally?
Abused is such again, like, can mean so many things. So I've
been
abused emotionally in a relationship, but not physically or sexually, but definitely emotionally. And then I've been abused as like an employee to an employer. Again, not sexually or physically, but just abused their power over me.
We ain't even at a church event. It takes saying.
Got harassed by an older female employee, and working through it. It's always a process. I don't know.
My family, we've endured emotional, physical abuse from my father, and I'm sure a lot of people can, you know, attest.
I want your photo. I want you down, babe. I had to take the fuck up.
I need that guidance. You know, when I'm going from 14 to 18 years old, that's like a really influential time.
Oh yeah.
So it's really hard to have to deal with that on your own. The worst part was when I told him about some of the issues I had because I didn't have them because of the way he, you know, hurt me. He kind of just said, "Yo, that's your fault. Like, you can't blame me for that and put it on me."
Wow, that's gaslighting.
You know, sometimes I feel like
that's gaslighting.
I can't really talk about my problems because you're always been taught to suck it up. And I'm sure all of us have been told that multiple times in your life. Suck it up. Buttercup, I heard over here one. So I remember with your boss telling you that, you know, that wasn't valid, and that's not fair.
I don't think just because you're a man or white, you can't be abused. I was told that growing up.
He said, just because you're a man or white, you can't be abused. Oh yeah, there's multiple different ways of abusing somebody, putting them through torture.
I think abuse.
I agree.
Kind of requires a power dynamic, and like even like all of us, we're white men. There's always somebody above us. There's a richer, whiter man, I guess. What is exactly the top? Because there's always somebody I think above us to abuse us, and that's just not really talked about.
Really quickly, I just want to do one thing. There's going to be no talking. It's the last question I have, and you cannot elaborate on your opinion either way. Is the era of white men is over?
Oh, snap. Sheesh. Oh,
really wanted to elaborate on that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Hey, I like that. I like that. Black people should be on here next. Black people should be on here next. See how that'll go. Shout out to Jubilee.